Hey everybody, I'm I Smoke Too Much 420, and this is the 2018 base decoration competition, and I'm one of the judges of the three. And Superman here is going to show us his base. And thank you for showing us your base. Go ahead and show us your base.
All right. Well, my base is based on Castlevania, and you can't have Castlevania without Dracula. So this is based on the first three NES games, as well as Symphony of the Night, and a little bit of Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. As you see in the beginning area here, we've got the garden with the wrought iron fencing, and all the fog and the statues. And in the early Castlevania games, they always had the mummies in the early courtyard section before you got into the basement and stuff of the castle itself, and all kinds of different monsters and things. And that's what these all represent, as well as a Margwar for a water monster. And here we have the actual start of the castle itself. We've got the gargoyles and the wrought iron and the actual, opening. And the rocks, and these mannequins are meant to be like ghosts. So then you go through here, and it's the torches that show up in the beginning of like Castlevania 4. And you see, just like the Castlevania games, there are candles on the wall, the curtains, more ghosts, gold and different things, and then of course the bat from the beginning of the first boss from Castlevania. It was a giant bat, so that's the homage to that. And this area is again more candles and more ghosts. Now we're gonna go down first. Anybody that played Castlevania Symphony of the Night will remember that you visited the librarian to get various items and things like that. Well, this is meant to be the librarian's area. You can see his some of his scribblings and things where he would normally be. And nice little sitting area. And we go back over here, and there's the library and the books. And this is meant to be the portal that you fight your mirror double from Symphony of the Night. And just to kind of show you some more of it. So then we go up to, we start to go up to the second floor. I'll show you these a little more so you can see. More books and things, because in Castlevania, in Symphony of the Night, you fought books and you fought all kinds of different things. So you start to make your way up the castle, and Dracula's always at the top of the castle. But before we get to that, in the original Castlevania series, there would usually be these different bridges that were always broken, and there would be ravens that would try to knock you off of the bridge. So here we have broken bridges and ravens, just like in the games. And we drop back down here. There's a casket. This is kind of to symbolize Alucard, his first appearance in Castlevania 3. So then you come over here, and this is Death's area, because before you get to Dracula, you have to face Death. So, of course, his pile of bones and his throne, as well as his picture. And this is kind of like from Castlevania 4. There would always be these kind of ghostly looking people that would reach out from the paintings and grab you, and I thought that kind of looked like that. Anybody that played Castlevania 2 will recognize this sort of area. Whenever you had to get Dracula's remains, they would always be in an orb, and they would be on a pedestal, and above them would be these hanging skeletons. So I was pretty excited when they introduced these into the game, because I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll add those to the base. And finally, getting to the top of the tower is Dracula's throne room, his main area, because he's always at the top of the castle. This is the special place where they do the incantations to resurrect Dracula sooner than every 100 years. and the different the bats and everything. And there is my Dracula build. I have 16 armories, and this is the one non-Superman one that I have. And the Soul
I like how
Stone.
you did that, though.
Thank you.
Got him sitting in the throne.
Yeah.
I like how you did that.
And so there we have it. That is Castlevania.
All right. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, how many base items you have in here?
494, so 6 shy of the 500.
And how long did it take you to make this base?
Just a couple of years. I just little pieces here and there. I've made little changes, but yeah, over the course of it, say about 2 years.
All right. One more question. In one short, real quick minute, what inspired you, or what gave you the idea to do this base?
I'm a giant Nintendo nerd from way back in the day, and Castlevania has always been a big thing, so this is based on Castlevania. That is the inspiration.
All right. And let's go ahead and make our way back to the front.
Sure.
And, hey, go ahead and make sure that you got your base covered.
Yeah.
You know, get everything covered, different angles and stuff, and then meet me at the front. And everybody else, there's I hope DC allows us to add 500 more base items to our bases.
Oh, I'd love that.
On top of our 500 we already have. I've been hearing talk about that, and then I've also been hearing talk about they're going to add another 4th level. You know, like how they have 3 levels. There's going to be a 4th level.
Oh,
and so more likely. Cool. Oh yeah, it would be. And if they'd done that, I don't think that they would destroy our base that we have now to add that 4th level. I really think that they're going to make a new base style, and you just have to purchase it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'll be one of the first ones to buy it too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I have 4 bases, and I'd love to have. I'd love to have another 10 armories.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And you know, and so, all right, and just wanted to mention that real quick because that's something. And also, everybody else could also too complain about the order of, you know, like when you go to your teleporter and you're looking up bases to go enter, and they're not in alphabetical order.
Yes.
And that is so irritating because I have access to a lot of bases, and it takes forever to find the bases I'm looking for.
Yes. Oh God, I completely agree.
So you know, if we start complaining, you know, they'll actually do something about it. It's not that hard for them to fix.
Mm.
And but anyway. That's it for this base right here. Hey, thank you, Superman, for showing us your base, and everybody.
My pleasure.
I smoke. Thank you. And I smoke too much 420. I'm one of the judges of the 3, and that's the end of this base here. And we'll see you next time on the next base.
Take care, everybody.